This is our tribe. We look out for each other. That's right, that's right. This is our tribe. We help each other grow in business and life. That's right, that's right. No need to panic anymore. We got lots of support and an army of warriors by our side. We fight the good fight when we unite. We fight the good fight when we unite. 'Cause that's what a tribe does. We got your back so you can relax and focus on all the important stuff, like getting your business done. This is our tribe. We look out for each other. That's right, that's right. This is our tribe. We help each other grow in business and life. That's right, that's right. This is our tribe. We look out for each other. That's right, that's right. This is our tribe. We help each other grow in business and life. That's right. This is our tribe.
Right, hello everybody, Facebook, YouTube. It is amazing to see you again here today. I am Nastine.
And that would make me Peter.
We're the co-founders of Explore Protect Entrepreneurial Haven and the host of the show that you're watching. You're watching the coffee shop show for entrepreneurs. This is where we get together once a week, every week, and we literally talk to entrepreneurs that are walking the walk, walking the talk, and in business, and they're sharing their insights. It's like we're going into a real life coffee shop together with our best friends in the entire world, except they just all happen to be entrepreneurs.
What a coincidence.
So, welcome, and today's topic is going to be absolutely incredible. So you're like in for a real treat today. The last time I was this excited about a coffee shop show was when we had Cornet Krieger on the show. Okay, now today I think is like in line with that level of excitement.
Yeah, changes are coming. So facilitating them is actually quite exciting.
So what we're talking about today, ladies and gents, is a partnership made in heaven. So we are literally streaming in our partners from Mancosa, Roxanne and Lutvia, that are going to be joining us on the show. Oh, yay, and Tennille. Yay, welcome, Tennille. It's so good to have you guys here. So they are going to be telling us about this new entrepreneurial program that they're launching at Mancosa. Now, it's called the Ignite program. So, Roxanne and Lutvia, do you guys want to enlighten us and tell us a little bit more about what this program is about and why you're so excited to share the details with the entire world?
Okay, so yeah, thanks, Nastine, and thank you for having us on your show. We're really excited. It's the first for us to be on a live show, so you can see the excitement on our faces. I think for us, the Ignite program is one of the first for Mancosa. We've never had something like this before, where we are taking entrepreneurs or startup entrepreneurs on a journey, and really to be able to partner with yourselves will be amazing to see the types of businesses we can come out with. So yeah, it's really a huge thing for us to be able to a link between entrepreneurship and innovation at Mancosa, and using the expertise that Protech and provide us with in the amazing coaches that you have. So we're really excited about it. And I think for our students, it's going to be something that's going to be very different from their formal qualification. It's going to be able to give them their practical exposure and experience, and the support that many entrepreneurs don't have when they are starting up a business. So that's why we've been looking to create something, and we're glad that we've partnered with the right people.
Thank you, Lutvia. Morning, guys. Also, just to echo Lutvia's sentiments, very excited to be on the show. So thank you for entertaining or hosting us rather today. I think for Mancosa, the entrepreneurship program that we're going to be running it's a really important initiative. South Africa sports a 40% unemployment rate. And I think that if we as an institution can, beyond just giving formal qualification, but actually get them to a place where they are not only having a job in the market, but they're the owner of that job in the market, I think that we're taking a few steps in the right direction. Perfectly accept that we haven't reached all the graduates of Mancosa. I think this is definitely a start for us. It's a project that we're calling it a pilot project, but I think between ourselves, we already see this thing 3 years down the line, and we've been visualizing what it's going to be looking like. So we'll be hearing Mancosa's name all over the globe, I'm sure. And I think that this just, we really want impact. We really want impact from this program, and we really want to be able to provide people with an opportunity to actually just go out there and better their own circumstances. You know, they have the opportunity to not just own an income, but create an income for themselves. And I think entrepreneurs, that's just where all the ideas lie. That's where innovation lies. They literally have the solutions to the country's problems. Those are my thoughts.
Oh, I absolutely love that. Now, I think that when you, as a one person, are tackling something that affects everyone, you know, it's not about just creating a course. It's not about creating a space where somebody can get a certificate. It's about taking a problem that we have as a society, as a global society, and going, what can we actually do to make change? When you're doing it alone, it's a project. When you're doing it as a community, it becomes a cause, and it gives you purpose. So this is very exciting for me. Bringing community back into the space of education and actually making practical changes is beautiful.
Absolutely adore it. Thank you so much, Roxy and Lutvia. And what we're going to do in just a minute is invite all the entrepreneurs that are on the stream to get involved in the conversation. So as per usual, if you're on the stream and you want to get involved in the conversation, please put up your hand emoji so that we can see you on the screen, so that we can see you want to get involved. So you just put up that emoji, and then we can cue you into the conversation. That happening in a moment. For now, what I really want to hear from Lutvia and Roxy and Neil is, how is this entrepreneurship program different from what is already out there? So we hear words like, this is revolutionary, it's going to create so much impact, it's going to solve all of these social problems. Why is it different? Like, why is this really such a revolution in entrepreneurship education?
Maybe I could attempt to answer that question. I think that colleagues, there's probably many programs that are like this. So I don't know if revolutionary is maybe the word that we want to use, but I certainly want to say that it's a game changer. It's a game changer because, number one, these programs are generally not easily accessible to people. It's a mission sometimes to just actually find out where and how these programs are being run. So two of the key differentiators is, number one, it's accessible. And number two is that the program is being run free of charge in this particular cycle. So we're very excited to open up a genuine opportunity for people to come in and get the available skills to become an actual entrepreneur in our economy. I think also the design of the program is what's pretty cool. You know, there's been a lot of change just in the education space with things moving online. If anything, COVID has opened the online portal, I like to say. And this particular program is being run in a hybrid. So there's the online component, and then there's also the interactions, the face-to-face, the human element that people very much still enjoy, even in this day and age. They want to see a human whom they can interact with. And we're really excited to be hosting them at the Center for Innovation and the Career Center in our Durban campus. I think that as well, the rate at which students are going to be learning it's an accelerator. This is information that it would ordinarily take them 3 to 4 years to learn. And I think that they are cutting out a whole lot of red tape because they've got access to expertise, in-house expertise. They've got access to wonderful coaches who've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and that information and that experience that's going to be disseminated to them, it's like gold, gold that would have ordinarily taken them years to acquire. They're now doing that in 16 weeks. And it's intense, 16 weeks. If you think about it, you're like, that's hectic, but it can be done.
And I think also, Roxy, the fact that we are, Peter, you spoke about social challenges, and we are building social entrepreneurs. We're really allowing them to identify these gaps within the market, but using creativity and innovation in various processes throughout the program. So whether it's being innovative in terms of how you generate revenue, or being innovative in your marketing campaign, or also in terms of your product or the business concept that you come up with, it's allowing our students to really take the next step of entrepreneurship and not just open up a business only to create profits. There's a larger attachment to being an entrepreneur. And yeah, I think we've got some a lovely things at the end of the program, which obviously we don't want to share much details about right now, but I think to keep everybody on their toes, especially for our students and our delegates that become part of it, yeah, we will definitely start sharing more news as the weeks come.
That is so exciting. Thank you so much, ladies. Linda, let's bring you into the conversation. So you are our numbers ninja on this course. So super keen to hear what you have to add to this conversation.
Thank you. I'm going to get to that in just 1 minute. It's wonderful to see you ladies and all the fellow coaches in one space again. It's gaining momentum, and I think everyone's starting to get this amazing excitement, including myself. What I really wanted to share, and what I love about this program, it just sort of takes me back to the beginning of my career, and how training and education was the critical component to learning new skills. And, you know, I was fortunate enough to work for one of the big South African banks and absorbed so much learning in that period. Not only that, you learn by experience. And that's where, you know, the academic is not losing out, but is not being exposed to that just reality. You know, it's the reality of the world. You can have all the pieces of paper you like. You can you can do 5 degrees and all sorts of online courses, but the reality comes when something hits you and it doesn't follow the step-by-step 10-step list. You have to think on your feet. You have to swerve. You have to involve other people. You need to try something and fail at it. And then, you know, through that learning curve, you come somewhere. But education is the key, because without education, you don't have the critical thinking skills. You don't have the ability to shift. You're stuck in a place that says, this is the way it's always been, therefore this is the only way it possibly can be. And of course, what we're doing here together is giving them a formal education, the academic piece, which encourages that or introduces them to a lot of business and relevant concepts. But the coaches come and Explore ProTech are bringing that reality and that experience, and that, you know, the way the course is put together as an experiential learning. It's not just a handbook. It's not just a set of lectures. It's experiential. It's active, interactive. And I am so excited about that part of it, that I think you can't fail to be interested in what we're talking about today. When it comes to the numbers ninja piece, that's a big reality shock, I think. Every single customer that I have had, every small business client that I've had is afraid of their numbers. They don't want to know. They don't understand them. They just want to pass it over to some accountant or somebody else to do it. And I say that's a big mistake. Know your numbers and you will go much further than you ever thought possible. Because by knowing your numbers, you know when to change something, you know when to react to something, you know when your cash flow is low, I need to change something. And that's not only are we going to, in my section, just put together a spreadsheet with all the numbers, and don't get afraid of spreadsheets, I'll make it easy. But we're really going to understand what it means to know your numbers, not somebody else's, yours. And that's what I wanted to share today. So thank you for that opportunity.
Stunning. Thanks so much for getting involved in the conversation, Linda. I think those are some very, very amazing, valid points. I would love to hear from Roxy and Lutvia. Do you guys, I know you have big dreams, just like Linda has already now outlined for us as well with this program. You guys think we can, with all the experts from around the world that we have involved in this, with you guys like bringing your best, giving us access to your amazing facilities, us bringing our community and the collaboration and the access to market, you guys think we could launch some really amazing next level businesses in this 16 weeks?
So definitely, I think our partnership is one that's never been created before, and I think I can confidently say that maybe that's the biggest differentiating factor here, is that we have a lot of expertise. We have the support from the Innovation Lab, the Career Center, the coaches, the community of entrepreneurs as well, the in-person sessions, just the way we've designed and the program is designed. I think it's going to be quite amazing. I liked what Linda had picked out in terms of reality. And I think when we went through COVID, it really created a part for many of us to do a reality on what's happening in the world, especially with how jobs are changing and roles are changing and companies closed down and there were retrenchments happening. There was so much of uncertainty that had happened. And so, we never know what's to come. And so this is a perfect opportunity for us to learn from those lessons and start molding entrepreneurs in South Africa, and hopefully eventually reach a point where we can do this nationally and globally. I think our aims are always big at Mancosa. We really do dream big. And for us, this is a start of some really great projects that we can do for the future as well.
Definitely agree that I think that we're onto something big. I think as well that my personal vision would be for every single applicant or candidate within this program to leave here and have started their own business, whether they are starting with 5 sales, 10 sales, whether they are scaling exceptionally quickly. I think that there's a lot more that comes with, it's more than revenue. It's more than having created an income stream. There's a lot of personal confidence that goes with it. It's really giving people the push that they need and being like, you can do it. You do have a part to play, not only for yourself, for your family, for your community, but for your country. I mean, if government is not going to make it work for us, we must make it work for government. Yeah. Let's put it that way. And I really think that there's a lot of value to be added on that. I think that as well, this is probably, we probably haven't imagined the size of what this can become. I think we're focusing on now getting the program up and running, onboarding. Let's get the amps. Let's wow them. Let's give them a fantastic experience. And over the next couple of weeks as things unfold, and I think as the first run of the program unfolds, I think that we'll probably have a better idea of just how big this is going to be becoming. And I think it will be great. It would be great if this doesn't just get restricted to a KZN or a Durban initiative, but that eventually down the line, we're able to, I don't know, take out mobile labs and don't come to us, we come to you. We go into the areas and find who those entrepreneurs are. And everybody has an idea. Everybody has an idea. We just need to be able to help people shape that idea, bring it to life, and give them the confidence to do so. So guys, I have big dreams. and I also love taking a risk. So definitely I am fully on board here.
I am so freaking excited. Like literally, as you guys were speaking now, I got goosebumps. Like I'm just imagining the amount of change we can create around the world. So I mean, like technically it doesn't sound possible, but technically if we empower every like single person in the world with the right entrepreneurial skills, technically, why would there ever be such a thing as unemployment? It's like you can't find a job, you just create your own business. It's such an empowering initiative.
I think when you speak technically, you're relying on book smarts. And as entrepreneurs, we know that we don't only rely on book smarts. We rely on being, I'll take it even down a level. We rely on street smarts. I mean, you can be the most educated book smart entrepreneur on the face of the planet and still not succeed.
Yeah, I mean, I tried for 5 years before I found Peter.
So we're bringing in those street smarts, so the smarts that entrepreneurs get to understand that practically they can rely on other people, they can be strategic, they can build relationships, they can, all these other elements that get included. To me, it just creates a space of, you have an idea, let's build it, let's support it, let's do it together. It's just a different way of thinking.
It's very exciting. Mr. Levy, speaking about, Roxy was speaking about massive scaling of certain entrepreneurs, you know, the ones that really want to be the next Facebook or build the next Twitter. You've been involved in our community very successfully, quickly scaling entrepreneurs from 0 to 150%. Like we have those success stories and you're involved on this course. I'm so excited to hear from you. Like, let's bring you into the conversation.
Thanks, Estienne and Pete, and Roxanne, to Neil and Latifa. It's really awesome to have you here, and that you've actually taken this on as an academic institution, that you've taken on this program. And I just need to highlight the fact that for me, what's very important is I understand knowledge is power, but I think what Linda alluded to, applied knowledge is power. So, you know, it's how do we really go out and apply what we learn in the world, in the real world, where we will get faced with challenges and unexpected challenges that we haven't come up against before. So I think that to your candidates that are going to be on this course, first of all, I think it's just wonderful, because I know a lot of the coaches on this, all of the coaches, and it's such a privilege to be around them. So I know what's coming for your candidates, and that's really exciting. These are people that have been there and thereabouts in the real world. I want to allude on something that Linda said with the numbers. You know, I don't come out of an academic background. I went to that wonderful university called Life, and I think my parents were so happy because they never, if you fail, they don't kick you out. They just keep you there until you learn. So yeah, it's and the numbers. One thing I learned is don't be afraid of your numbers, but the numbers tell a story. So if you haven't hit your numbers, just understand that you need to go and look why, instead of getting into confusion or just getting into chaos. Is just read your numbers and have a look at why didn't you reach them, instead of bashing yourself up for not reaching them. And there's great learning in that. what I learned in over my 38 years of being in business, corporate, and 26 of those in my own business is the importance, and the module that I'm going to do on this incredible program is your business base camp. And what is that about? It's understanding about why your business exists, what governs the culture in your business, and what are those things that anchor your business, and why is it so important? Because as you start your journey, you need to have something to refer back to, because there will be challenges that you're going to face in the real world, and we often try and just push through them. And I learned the hard way through that, through a thing called burnout, which I think is kind of synonymous with a lot of entrepreneurs, but it doesn't have to be. And I don't say that with pride. I'm saying learn from it, and don't drive yourself to burnout, because you're not good to your business or anybody else if you do. So it's okay to stop, go back, but we need to have something to go back to, and that's your business base camp. And so it's vitally important. And it's okay to go backwards in order to move forwards. And I'm not talking from a textbook, I'm talking from experience. So that's absolutely key and vital to your entrepreneurs. And then one more thing I want to add is, Roxy said that, or Latifa said that it's a 16-week program. No, it's a 16-week foundation that you're building for your business. And yes, it's going to accelerate your business. But the business journey carries on way beyond the 16 weeks. I've learned, I must tell you, in this program, and as everyone knows, I coach a journey, not a program. So this has been a serious challenge for me. And at 63 years old, I've learned so much just actually being involved in this and putting this together, because my challenge is putting the program together, but I'm also blessed with coaches and people like Nestine around me who are program builders. So another lesson for entrepreneurs is, don't be afraid to ask for help. We don't know everything. If we did know everything, we wouldn't need each other. And I've reached out to Nestine. She's been an absolute rock. And yeah, it's fantastic. And so my learning just continues. And I just wish the same for your candidates that you've selected on this journey. So thank you, and really excited and look forward to starting.
Thank you so much, Mr. Levy. So that's one of our world-renowned global leadership coaches. He's going to be meeting the candidates on this program head-on, helping them build their base camp in person. So we're very, very excited about having you involved in this initiative, Mr. Levy. Next up, I'd love to hear from Janine. Now, Janine, you are not coaching in this round of this entrepreneurial program, but you are one of the entrepreneurs that are involved in the community. Please tell us a little bit about why the community is so excited about welcoming these entrepreneurs in, and what we're going to do to help them move forward.
Oh, I just love being here and seeing what is happening, and it's mind blowing. And I can't remember who mentioned it earlier from the Mancosa team, but it was just, you're not alone. You are not alone, and that alone is magic. Look at the people in the room. Look at the amount of power that's in here that can empower others. And Stephen King says, you can, you should, and if you are brave enough to start, you will. It's that simple. With the amount of support that we have in this room, it's absolutely remarkable. And empowerment is really one of the most important things for improving our world. There is not just one single type of empowerment. We all have emotional, physical, and spiritual empowerment. The question is, who's going to let me? That's not the real question. The question is, who's going to stop me? No one. I'm Janine from Jelani Sales, your virtual sales office.
Thank you so much, Janine. Absolutely adore you. So that is an example of one of the entrepreneurs in the background waiting with bated breath to get their hands on these entrepreneurs. The community is really going to come in and work hard to support these entrepreneurs and give them the access to the market that they need. So Roxy and Lutfia, I'm so keen to hear from you guys. Because this, like you said before, is something that I don't think has been done by an institution like Mancosa before. It's literally bringing in the people that have access to market and using them to help accelerate the entrepreneurial journey. So I'm very keen to hear from you guys. Is that something that really caught your attention when you first decided to bring this on board? Any thoughts around this access to market phenomenon that we're seeing with bringing in the community as a support?
So I think what the main thing for us was really around the entrepreneurship aspect. I think that the thought right at the outset was, what are we doing to help or build entrepreneurs? That was our starting point. At that point, we were just having really general discussions and thinking, okay, we've got formal qualifications and really great content that exists at Mancosa in terms of entrepreneurship, but are we practically helping the communities of entrepreneurs that exist out there in South Africa? And are we helping our students, although we have a large population that is currently employed, are we helping them go to the next step of their journey? Like Mr. Levy had mentioned, it is truly a journey. And we felt that at that point, we haven't really understood from that perspective where our students are seated at and where are we in terms of that support for entrepreneurs. How are we helping them take that next step? And so that's really the thought why we wanted to start up something. I mean, the amazing design that came thereafter was just really a group of all of you amazing individuals that came together and thought more and more about how more impactful we should be.
I think as well, just to add to what Lutfia is saying, there's, subsequent to our random discussions, as she would call them, because that's really how the ideas get started, over a coffee or over a chocolate bar or a croissant somewhere. The higher education landscape in South Africa is also changing quite significantly. There's so many new legislative frameworks that are being regulated for private higher education institutions to conform to. And I think one of the big things that's being pushed is not only having graduates who have a piece of paper, but it's having a graduate who can actually go out and get a job. So employability is really, really one of the sort of strategic pillars, if you want to call it that we're going to be chasing over the next couple of years, not only as an institution, but as an education sector. And I think entrepreneurship just put that foot in the door to be like, this is the way in which we can do it. Textbooks, you can read, you can, as one of the colleagues earlier mentioned, you can do all the online courses, you can have micro credentials in abundance. Your LinkedIn profile can look fantastic with endorsements and, all those beautiful courses. I've done this one, I've done that one. Fantastic. Absolutely not discrediting those. No, nothing prepares you for the workplace like the workplace. So going out and doing the work that an entrepreneur would do is really what is giving you those employability skills. And I think that was a huge winner for us in deciding like, hey, this is the program that we need to go for. And I think Nistine, Peter, just meeting you guys probably just was like, yes, these are the right people to partner with. We met the coaches. We are absolutely on the right track. So I think having this community just added fuel to fire, hence Ignite.
and Roxy,
Love it. And now we're setting the entire world on fire with entrepreneurial skills.
Yeah, I think whether we like it or not, we're breaking ground. When we hit crisis as a nation, as a world, things change, and we have to change with them. And it's when we get stuck in the old way of doing things, or way that used to work of doing things, we won't discredit it because it used to work. But when things change, we need to come up with new, innovative ways of how do we change with it? How do we grow with it? How do we improve the lives of those around us? Not using old tools. Let's create something It'll make a difference, and it will actually work. So I think this is that new tool, and we are going to be breaking ground.
By the way, Janine, your fans on the YouTube page are going crazy. They said they absolutely love your enthusiasm and they can't wait to meet you as part of the community that's going to be supporting this project. So that's coming in from the YouTube side. Lots of excited about the program. Now let's bring in one of the heavy hitters, shall we? So, Mr. Super Sales, would you like to tell us why we call you Mr. Super Sales and how you're going to be involved in this program? Let's get you involved in the conversation.
Thank you, Nestine. To be honest, I have no idea why you call me Super Sales. Look, I think it stemmed from our conversations around trying to just, everything comes down to, at the end of the day, you're building a business. So those numbers that we're talking about, that Linda helps you put in the spreadsheet, they need to materialize somewhere, and they have to materialize in your bank account. So unless you're really talking about sales, I mean, we can talk about marketing and the flashiness of it, and especially when there's lots of money and you're working with big budgets, that's one thing. But as entrepreneurs, we're not that lucky most of the time. No, not everyone has a rich uncle. So when we're starting a business, we're bootstrapping it, and we're trying to figure out. And if we can't go and try all these million things. We have to try the things that are most impactful. And they're impactful, why? Because they actually put money in the bank and they keep customers coming back. So if you can balance those two, this is where the sales aspect comes from. And if you can find a way to still keep people enticed, keep them engaged, that's the way that you can keep their attention, and then the money will flow after that. Essentially, it comes down to value, and I know certain people in this community hate that word, but at the end of the day, if you can talk about what your customers want, and that's really what I'm going to be doing in this course. I'm going to be talking about. We're going to be really diving a little bit deeper into who your customer is, what's going on in their mind, and if you can understand them and you know what they want, and you just give them what they want, you're going to do well. Most of the time, what I'm getting is like a lot of people that come in with ideas of like, I'm going to sell my whatever it is that we're selling, and a lot of the times people don't want that. You need to position it like something that people actually want, and then you're gonna do really well. So I think those are really just some of the things that's really, really important. I have a rule, like, because I'm full of a house of entrepreneurial spirit. People just want to sell stuff. So I was like, okay, great, guys, but I know you got a good idea, but do people actually want it? And the easiest way is that, can you sell it without actually having the product there? So not, let's go make the cup first. It's like, hey, you look like you drink cups. What type of cups? So this type of cup. Okay, listen, I've got like 10 of them on special. Do you want them? And then like, yeah, sure. If you can do that sale, then I'm pretty sure you're going to do well with your product. So yeah, this is Marlon August. I'm from a company called Story Advantage, and I'm really looking forward to working with people. Just on another note, I think we all mentioned it in different ways. There's this thing around theory and the thing around learning stuff. Another part, especially in the entrepreneurial world, is that you go do a course and then all of a sudden be an expert. And like part of the problem is like that employability. So if you can really have a group of people, and what I love about this community is that when you enter it, it's like, okay, how can I actually help you? Many people I connect with through, and they come into this group, and then at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I need this. Okay, great, you need this. I actually know somebody that I can connect you to. Perhaps you guys can collaborate. Perhaps you can buy from each other, whatever that case is. And that's the purpose of entrepreneurship, I believe. Is how can I connect you? How can I be the conduit that helps you get what you need and that helps that person achieve what they want to achieve? This is how I believe business is and how it should be, especially moving forward in this new economy we find ourselves in.
Stunning. Thank you so much, Marlon, Mr. Super Sales. Just want to clarify, everyone that is on this program, they are not going to be required to sell cups.
Yeah.
But Marlon will teach
Maybe,
you how
you
to
never
sell
know.
whatever else it is that you are selling. Like, that's literally what he's going to be doing. And he has so many years of experience in the field. So,
How did he know we have a sideline cup business?
Marlon, how did you know? But really, such a treat. And I think it's so, like, as an entrepreneur myself, I still remember being in those startup days. And I was so lost until I found Marlon. And Marlon, you made it so simple with showing us how to do the things that are actually impactful, that actually work for when you're starting up. And I think that is what really makes us so powerful. So we're not going to be teaching marketing strategies that only work if you have a massive corporate budget, or strategies that might work, might not. Like, you might just lose all your money and dump it into a black hole on Facebook ads. Which entrepreneur hasn't done that? But we're going to be teaching the strategies that are actually proven to be successful for the entrepreneurs in our community. So that's fabulous. Thank you so much, Marlon. Megan Deers, Bambi, let's bring you in on the conversation. So you're going to be working with our entrepreneurs on discovering the people they were meant to be, and then also finding their value. So let's bring you in on the conversation.
Thanks, Nisty, and hi everyone, glad to be here. And yes, I'm going to be looking at helping our students discover the person and therefore the entrepreneur that they are destined to become. Very excited about this part of the program, because I do believe that as a person, you need to know what arsenal you come with, and therefore you'd be able to determine your value going forward. So I'm very excited about that first week 2 part of the program that I'll be doing. And then also taking that further in week 6, I'll be taking the students to a program where they are looking at their value and finding out how best to bundle that and present it to the potential clients. So that's going to be me in week 2 and 6. But I also just wanted to pick up a couple of crumbs that everybody's been putting down along the way. And Marlon just mentioned something very important there that alludes to not having to reinvent the wheel, having the tools to take yourself forward as an entrepreneur. And I think that's what I'm most excited about, is the fact that between the lot of us on this screen alone and the lot of us involved in this program, we've probably got 1,000 years of experience in collaboration with one another, if you look at it in that sense. And so what we are offering the students that are going to be walking this journey with us is the fact that all of us have had our ups and downs. We've all got our battle scars from being in the entrepreneurial space, and we don't see the need for them to go through all of that. I think it builds character to be able to go through some of it, but there are some things that we'd like them to just bypass and accelerate beyond and get on with the real thing. So that's what it's all about. And then I think it was Lutfia earlier that mentioned about the practical skills that we want to share with our students. And I'm very excited about that. I'm passionate about literacy, about knowledge, ongoing learning, and teaching others practical hands-on skills. And that's why I'm excited to be here, because I love rolling up my sleeves and actually just getting down to the nitty-gritty of something with someone. So I think the students are going to be glad to climb into my program. We'll be just going to really tackle what they need to know in this space. And the last point, I am looking forward very much to getting those students into our community, giving them the kind of support that they need, that we know they need. And at this point, I don't think they know what they needed yet to get started and kicked off. But here we are, we're ready to go. So very excited about that. Thank you very much. And I am Megan Diaz from Paradox Rocks Communications.
Thank you so much, Megan. I can't wait to see what happened to these students once we unleash you on them. I think it's going to be really exciting. What is very exciting is that you're one of the coaches actually traveling to the Mancosa facility. So you're going to be there for the students in person. Roxy and Lutfia, I know you guys are so stoked about showing off your incredible, amazing facilities. Would you maybe kindly just share with us a little bit of sneak peek about what the students could expect when they travel to these facilities to meet their coaches in person?
So they'll be hosted at both the Career Center, Mancosa's Career Center, and Mancosa's Center for Innovation, which is in the Durban CBD. Beautiful views of the harbour. Durban sunny skies is what will surround them all day, every day, although today is not looking so great on the weather side. Essentially, the spaces have been designed for collaboration. So they are collapsible into specific workstations, specific zones of working. There's private areas, there's what we would call public areas where they can sit and engage with other students, their coaches, probably other partners that they would want to chat to. They're welcome to use these facilities to engage with the rest of their network as well. There's quite a few futuristic experiences that they also will have access to in the various labs, some virtual reality experiences, introduction to coding and robotics experiences. I don't want to give too much away, but there is some very cool, I like it to call it the 21st century sci-fi stuff that they would be able to engage in when they come and visit our facilities. Beyond that, there's obviously the usual amenities. We've got a lovely business class lounge, coffee shop, and yes, it sounds like a business class lounge because it's meant to take you off and take you to where your dreams are. And I think as well that there's some games and stuff for them to play as well. So it's not only about working all the time. So there's obviously the collaboration spaces, big walls to write on, big pads of notes to write, sort of markers, very arts and craft, if you can imagine that. Not your traditional classroom. There we go. It is not a traditional classroom. And definitely some games. I mean, we love a little 30 seconds. We love to get stuck into a little bit of a putt in the afternoon. We sometimes play with Alexa and ask her random jokes just for a little bit of laughs. And there's obviously the pool table that is also definitely a highly competitive zone.
We're very competitive here.
Very competitive.
Even a good game of Jenga gets everybody interested here. So maybe we'll some games with the coaches as well. I think we need to challenge them on some Jenga.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. I'll be there taking photos of all of this.
Having been there, I can confirm that this is all true.
Yes, guys, we have to tell you, the Mancosa ladies graciously flew us down to go and experience this space. And it looks like Google headquarters. To me, it's like where Googles and Facebooks and things are born. It looks exactly like that. Like Roxy said, you can write on the wall. It's such an innovative, amazing, supportive space. You can just feel like dreams becoming reality. So talking about cutting edge things at this point in time, I think all of our entrepreneurs are fairly familiar with large podcasting agency companies like Gimlet Media. Those are your kind of new startups that have really taken over the market, right? So we don't have Gimlet Media in our network and our community, but we have something better.
Oh, yes.
It's called Baird Media, and Baird Media is founded by two amazing co-founders, and we have Hendrik here today joining us on the stream. So Hendrik, you're also not coaching on this round of the Ignite program, but you are one of the most amazing supporters in the background, really working to give this program wings. Do you maybe want to tell us a little bit about your excitement about involvement in this program and what that's looking like?
So you were talking earlier, and thanks, Nestine, for the intro, the great intro, talking about unleashing the coaches on these young, innocent young people desperate to make business. I'm not being unleashed. I'm just lurking in the corner, not suspiciously, just trying to see what the hell's going on, because I think there's a contribution to be made and something to be said for new media if we're dealing with young entrepreneurs who are growing up. As we've said, and many people have mentioned, there's things have changed over the years from when I started out and when some other Rankopiers started out and where we are now. So yeah, podcasting obviously is a new media form that is really popular, and we've been making a podcast series speaking with the coaches for this project. And we will see if we can maybe do something as a follow-up and get some feedback from all the people who participated, especially later on, once they've started implementing these things. There's certainly something there. And then, of course, I think one of the benefits of having a pool of people here, you've got the coaches who are at the front, as it were, and then there's all the support services at the back. And if there's anybody interested in something like podcasting or whatever other services some of our members have, I mean, that's also the opportunity that these young people should latch onto and say, like, there's somebody who knows a lot about something. Let me see if I can implement that and make a friend perhaps and have supports wider than just the coaches. So yeah, and maybe there's place in the future to include new media into a course like this and into the experiences. It's become such an important aspect for marketing your business, for instance. Putting yourself out there as the expert and ways to monetize it and make business off podcast. There's so many opportunities for an entrepreneur to latch onto. So maybe that's a conversation for the future. Yeah, and I'm Hendrik from Baird Media. We are the podcast people. Thank you so much.
Hendrik, thank you so much. And guys, I have to tell you, out of maybe, I think, all the supporters in the background, Hendrik has been working his butt off on making this podcast absolutely amazing. I didn't know how much actually goes into making a professionally sounding narrated scripted podcast before I started working with paid media. So I think that's absolutely phenomenal, and it just showcases the support that we have in this community. So thank you so much, Hendrik. So we're almost wrapping up, ladies and gents. I know we're running a little bit over, but I just want to quickly hand over to our techpreneur genius, lurking in the corner as well, but also teaching revenue streams on this program. So Declan, you'll be tuning in from the Netherlands. So originally we wanted to post Declan to Durban, but then he kind of like got in front with some plans, and now he's actually traveling to the Netherlands while on the program. But because of the international way that we're running this, we still get to have Declan streamed in live from the Netherlands. So Declan, do you want to get involved in the conversation? Just add your 2 cents and then we'll probably wrap up.
So thanks, Nestine. I wanted to actually throw in some quotes that while putting together the program and being a part of Explore ProTech and meeting the awesome Mancosa team, it made me really think about what the program stands out with. So the first one is, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And I think that is the amazing community and the collaboration between Explore ProTech and Mancosa brings out. And I think the thing that we might have missed slightly is that with the community that you guys are building up and going far together, is that you actually turn entrepreneurship into a culture. Facebook has this culture of move fast and break things, and I think you're going to see a lot of that and the break things is actually you're going to fail. And I think you're going to see a lot of that in the practical experience that the amazing coaches that you see here are going to bring. And then I think it's also important to, when you start entrepreneurship, you think, I'm going to be the next Google, like you were saying, Nestine, I'm going to be the next Facebook. But what is just as important is that small business that feeds 5 other families and gets other people a lifestyle. So, amongst the 26, there might be the next Google, there might be the next Facebook, but there also might be 24 others who provide 5 jobs, 10 jobs, 20 jobs. And that is the trend that we see in the South African economy at the moment, when you have Google and AWS coming into our country quite rapidly, is even though Amazon employs 10,000 people or more worldwide, In South Africa, it's the small businesses that employ the most people, not actually the corporates. And then the next quote, which I've had to write down because I couldn't remember it properly, but and I think it encapsulates a lot of what our coaches are doing, is only fools learn from his own mistakes, but the wise learns from the mistakes of others. And I think that is going to be a massive part of what we do. As an educationalist, I love seeing the practical learning, and at the risk of re-emphasizing what basically every coach here has said, is we promise you that you're going to make the same mistakes as us. We're not here to prevent you from making mistakes. But when we had to panic and Google and quickly take a mini course, or get into a corner and rock for a few hours and get our together, then you have actually heard this before. You've seen someone teach you from their own experience before, and then you're able, and then not only that, but A, you have access to an amazing community like Explore ProTech and Mancosa, and B, in this course, you've been given the tools and the equipment to be able to face it. So, instead of rocking for 3 hours, you'll rock for 3 minutes and wipe your tears away, and then get your together and be able to use those tools that you've been given. Let's see if I had anything else. No, that's it. Thank you. I'm Declan from Letiak, and I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you so much, Declan. I think I couldn't have said it better myself, and I loved your improvised beeping that you brought in yourself. Really good finishing touch. Yeah, so that's your revenue streams coach coming in. He also built a custom LMS that we're going to be using to deliver this program. So stay tuned for that. We are just about to wrap up. I want to ask Lutfia, Tennille, Roxanne, do you guys have any parting words for us? Any final thoughts on this before we wrap up the show?
Okay, yeah. So just one last. So who are we looking to involve in the program? So it's Mancosa postgraduate and final year students that are eligible to apply. Applications open on the 1st of March. So we are taking applications currently. And then they run until the 31st of March, 2023. And yeah, if they have any questions or queries or want clarification, they can drop us an email or reach out to us at the Career Center at Mancosa. Always happy to help. Go for it, yeah, so I think from my side, we're really excited and yeah, looking forward to this amazing journey that we have for our entrepreneurs set up. And yeah, we really urge all our students to apply. And this is, as I've mentioned, it's one of its kind for Mancosa. So thank you again. Thanks, Nestine and Peter and all the amazing coaches. Yeah, we can't wait to meet many of you that's going to come through our facilities. Hope that there will be blue skies. Roughly as promised something here. We hope, but if not, we'll just put a picture of the sky on our walls inside. But yeah, thank you so much.
Last words from our side, colleagues, and to our students, we want you. This is a fantastic opportunity, and quite frankly, I don't know why I shouldn't be putting my own name down, because I also have an idea for a startup, and I also want to start my own side hustle. So close your ears, HR. And it's free, so there's absolutely no excuses, students. Go make your applications, and really we are completely excited about making your dreams come true and working with you. To the team around the screen, I was going to say around the table, but I mean, there's only 3 of us, so around that screen over there, thank you for the support. Thank you for indulging us. Thank you for your guidance, even to us as we move into launching this program and onboarding our students. It's really been phenomenal working with a team that knows the direction that it should be taking, and I think we're learning a lot as well, which is very exciting. Maybe this is my side hustle. Maybe I'll just go and start this idea somewhere else. But really, we're looking forward to hosting you guys. For those of you that are not in the country, for example, Declan, maybe we'll come to the Netherlands. and we'll just, just sneak it into the budgets there. And be like, we need a holiday. There's entrepreneurs on that side of on that side of the world. But seriously, guys, thank you very much. And thank you for hosting us.
Ladies and gents, that is it from all of us. Thank you so much for joining us for this a little bit more than a very informative hour. It's been absolutely amazing. You can see we're all so excited. If you are currently a Mancosa student, please go and get your application form. We'll get the link from Tennille. We'll put it for you guys in the description. You can literally just click through, go and apply, meet us there. If you're not currently a Mancosa student, then either become one or knock down the doors of these ladies. I put their LinkedIn profiles on there as well. Knock down the door and see how quickly we can make this global. So let them know that you are interested and you need this program.
I think the impact that this space is going to have is going to be incredible. It needs to be shared. So if you're in the audience, YouTube, Facebook, you're out there, grab this, share it. Share it, share it, share it. We are looking to do bigger things, but we can only do bigger things if we're actually doing it together. That means everyone plays a part. Even just sharing this, we're looking to make huge change, but we can only do it with you. So share this content, share it, share it, share it. I cannot emphasize it anymore.
All those beautiful people watching on YouTube right now, we absolutely adore you. The comments are coming in hot and fast. We just absolutely love you. Thank you so much for supporting this space, for showing up every single week. We hope you enjoyed the session, learned a lot. As always, all the LinkedIn links for everyone that was on the show today will be featured in the description. You can just scroll down, click, tell them, I saw you on the show. I'd love to grab a coffee. And all of these beautiful entrepreneurs are ready to chat to you, to help you. So there's no reason not to connect. Go connect, get yourself some help. We did the legwork for you. We found all these amazing people and they're ready to have a coffee with you.
It's a pleasure.
On that note, we absolutely adore you. May all your wildest entrepreneurial dreams come true. And we'll see you again next week for another amazing show.